was my great mistake, Anahita said. I chose him, and I chose poorly. How does this help me defeat Bistun? Farhad asked. Anahita sighed. You still have much to learn, human. Patience, for one. Everything has a weakness, the goddess said. Humans, Div, even gods. But before Anahita could say what Bistun's weakness was, she told Farhad they first had to address his. Usurpers of my... Anahita trailed off. Wait, someone is nearby. Farhad blinked. His jaw dropped. He couldn't believe who stood before him. She was more graceful than a swan, more beautiful than a moonlit lake. Farhad knew he should have felt only relief at seeing Shirin safe. But to his great shame, his happiness was tinged with chagrin. He had dreamed of saving her from imprisonment, yet here she stood. How did you escape? Farhad eventually said, his voice trembling. Escape, Shirin said, with furrowed brow. Why would I need to escape my castle? I have been there since you built the milk canal. But, you whispered to me, Farhad began. You are not well, Farhad, Shirin said. I have come to plead with you to stop this madness. But Shirin, my love, I do all this for you. Shirin cast down her eyes. I am sorry if I have misled, but you must know, I do not love you. With those words, the bottom dropped out of Farhad's world. But he had no time to brood.
По-любому это была не она. Это, скорее всего, то божество проникает в наш мир и пытается управлять нашим героем.
And though Farhad was frightened, his mind racing, he knew what had to be done.
Так, а что с ним делать-то? Ну, сюда он никуда не бежит, по-моему, ни вправо, ни влево. А, надо просто типа продержаться и все.
Anahita flapped her wings with excitement. The bell would not peal, her small eyes brimming with sorrow. Anahita caught Farhad's despairing stare. Save her, the goddess said. Do not make a mistake as grave as mine. Anahita fought hard, but could not withstand the Diev's might. Farhad wept, for he had lost another friend to Bistun. Despite Shirin's cruel rebuff, Farhad longed to help her, but he could make no sense of her injuries. He gripped Allseed's amethystine heart as the drowning man clutches the rope. I failed you, he whispered to the stars. Please, show me what to do. And then, a memory floated to the surface. A single word. Oblivion. Don't give up, Farhad pleaded. Stay with me. Farhad cradled her in his arms, as if she were made of porcelain, and he saw something wonderful, the slight rise and fall of her chest. I will take you home, princess, Farhad whispered. The rain ran down his craggy face in rivulets, masking his tears. Perhaps you do not love me, he said, sobbing. But I fought a mountain for you, and I put trusting friends in harm's way. And selfish as it may be, I would do it all again. As Farhad walked, Shirin started murmuring. Farhad leaned close. She whispered but a single word. Khosrow. Suddenly, it all made sense to Farhad. The stone carving. The two were the perfect couple. The king of Persia and the princess of Armenia. How could a lowly sculpture question such a union? Suddenly, Farhad ground his teeth as a great fury washed over him. Not at Shirin, or even Khosrow, but at himself. What was I thinking? How could a princess love someone like me? But it doesn't do to wallow in self-loathing, and other questions wormed their way through Farhad's anger. If not Shirin, then who does the whisper belong to? How could he defeat Bistun and enter the fortress of Oblivion? Why even try now? Farhad was ashamed by his selfish musings. What happened to Anahita? He thought. Does she need my help? Lost in his wretched thoughts, Farhad nearly failed to notice something alarming. Shirin's dainty feet were turning gray. I can't feel my legs, Shirin mumbled. Shh, be at peace, Farhad reassured her. You will be all right, as Anahita was. Shirin furrowed her brow. Anahita? Farhad swallowed and drew in a deep breath. She is your guardian. She risked everything to help me. He trailed off with a hoarse croak. I should check the rift is still sealed, Farhad thought, recalling the memory stone. What does the... Greetings, Farhad. My sources tell me you are a man of your word.
Итак, приветствую тебя, Фархад. Мои источники сообщают мне, что ты человек слова. Возможно, меня это должно было впечатлить, но донесение о твоем умении вырезать по камню вызывает сомнения в твоем рассудке. Я думал, что услышу о безответственности твоей любви от самой принцессы Ширин. Ты оставишь любые попытки, но если ты настаиваешь, так и тому и быть. Я не встану у тебя на пути, но помни, мне нужен беспрепятственный и безопасный проход через гору Бистун. Только тогда я удовлетворю твое желание. Знай, я отправил своих лучших всадников, чтобы вернуть принцессу домой. А до тех пор, пока вы в ответе за ее безопасность, твой правитель Косоров. Так, это очевидно, ему кто-то письмецо здесь оставил. Так, а что сейчас делать надо? Может быть, там проход дальше открылся? Скажем, та, который сверху справа находится. Ну, это пусть пока полежит. Хотя что она скажет?
Farhad began. Forgive me. I could sit here by your side for 100 years, and the gentle rise and fall of your chest alone would sustain me. Farhad swallowed a sob. But I cannot stay. Anahita, the one I mentioned. I must find her. But do not be afraid. The king's men approach like thunder. You will be safe with them. Safer than you ever will be with me.
Бля, его волосам прически может любая девка позавидовать. Густые, как шерсть у оборотня. Нет, там ничего не открылось. Сейчас посмотрим, какие варианты есть. Ну только сюда. На самом деле, стоило бы сходить и помочь этой богине, или стоило бы остаться там, подзадержаться в том мире.
Farhad tried to reassure himself. Harm will not befall her. The choice was a difficult one, but Farhad could not abandon his friend. After all, both he and Shirin owed Anahita their lives, and while a broken heart may ache for years, death happens but once. Perhaps Anahita's last temple would suggest her whereabouts.
Итак, последний храм богини. Давайте что-нибудь искать. Не думаю, что здесь будет что-то мудреное. По большому счету, вся игрушка. Иди туда, иди сюда, иди прямо. То есть, если вот сюда вот есть проход, то значит нам сюда и надо. Особо думать нет нужды. Бля, мужики, давайте прекращайте. Так, мне кажется, у них еще есть атаки ближнего боя, потому что начинаешь их подряд атаковать, они какой-то урон наносят.
Khosrow's letter was condescending, haughty, oppressive. Shirin would no doubt be safe with the king, but at what cost?
Не, мне кирка нравится. Я думал, что нашел лекарство, но я ошибался. Вчера я ел гранаты с мирового столпа, но никак не мог насытиться. Мне попадались и кислые, и сладкие плоды, но чем больше я ел, тем голоднее становился, а затем внезапно моя боль исчезла. Но надежда была ложной. Моя старая рана начала светиться все ярче и ярче. Из груди вырывался свет, а боль все росла и росла. Мне нужно было вырезать аметистовый камень. Я потерял сознание от невыносимой боли, но свет все еще танцевал в моих глазах. Когда я вновь пришел в себя, по стволу гранатового дерева бежали прожилки света, а потом, клянусь, дерево сдвинулось. Да, это наш друг, владыка зерен. Так, давайте, мужики, кучнее вставайте. Весьма удачная атака.
Farhad had failed to ring the giant bell in the battle against Bistun. If I had been able, he thought, perhaps Anahita would still be here. A memory stirred as Farhad stared at the smooth gray stone of Shirin's statue. Her foot, her skin was turning to stone. Of course, Khosrow's letter had alluded to something else. An agreement between Farhad and the king. Why does he want passage through Mount Bistun? Farhad wondered. And what wish does he speak of? Could it be Shirin? The thought angered Farhad. The princess was not a prize to be awarded.
Ну, это изображение нашей предыдущей битвы.
And if Anahita had overcome it, why hadn't she returned?
Так, давайте, мужики, опять в кучу вставайте. А я вам кое-что покажу.
Khosrow was not the solution to Farhad's problems. Bistun caused the blight, and no Div would bow to a king, no matter how powerful. She will be back in her castle now. Farhad tried to convince himself. All this will be behind her. Fear battled within Farhad, but resolve overcame both. This time, he knew what had to be done. Visit a strange place often enough, and it soon loses its mystique. But this was the memory stored within all Seed's heart. A story Farhad needed to know. What is this for? Farhad wondered. It looks like some sort of mold. Stone shattered. Molten iron flowed, hot and angry. Farhad scoured his memories for all Seed's last words. To kill a mountain, build something new. The mountain was clear, but build what? All Seeds have a memory of a smithy, Farhad thought. After all, fire and trees do not usually well mix.